Hello, my dear students. In our last class, we started with Unit 3 around a medicinal creeper, and I had just told you what the lesson is all about. Hope you remember it. In today's class, let us start reading the lesson. Quick revision. This is Unit 3 around a medicinal creeper. My name is Prajakta Kulkarni. I'm a lecturer in the Department of English, KLS Gopte PU College of Commerce and Science. So before actually reading the lesson, let us know who is the author of this lesson. So his name is K.P. Purnachandra Tejaswi. So you can see his picture here. So he is the author of our lesson which we are reading now. Purnachandra Tejaswi, who lived from 1983 to 2007. So he is a prominent Kannada writer, novelist, photographer, ornithologist, publisher, painter, and environmentalist who made a great impression on the Navya period of Kannada literature. In his early stages of writing and his career, Tejaswi wrote poems but later concentrated on short stories, novels, and essays. He has a distinguished style of writing which has heralded a new era in Kannada literature. So, this is all about the author who has written this short story named Around a Medicinal Creeper. Then, if you have the textbook open in front of you, it is well and good. If not, here are some words which may be new or difficult to you. Here are some words which have their meanings in simple language. Glossary. Glossary means meanings. Words which you are going to come across in the lesson. So the first one is bizarre. Bizarre means very strange or unusual. But what is that? Strange or unusual may be a situation, an incident, or a story. Then, word number 2, glean. Glean means to obtain information or knowledge, etc. Sometimes with difficulty and often from various places. So, collecting of information from various places and with great difficulty. Word number 3, ignoramus, a person who does not have much knowledge. Word number 4, cringe, to move back or away from somebody because you are afraid. When you are afraid of someone, you take a step behind. So that is cringe. Word number 5, bunkum. Bunkum means nonsense, senseless. Apart from these words, there are many other words in the textbook which you might find are new to you, or maybe you are reading those words for the first time. If you come across any such type of word, please underline it with a pencil. I already hope that you have been using a dictionary in your school days also. So refer a dictionary, write down the meaning in the textbook in the space provided at the edge of the page. Still, in case you have a doubt with the meaning or you have anything to ask, you can come and contact me. You can ask me anytime. So students, whatever pictures you are going to see in this presentation is just a pictorial representation of what we are reading. Okay, they are not related to our lesson, but only images to make you understand what we are reading. They are just related images. Okay, so I told you already in the last class that the lesson is all about a medicinal creeper. Now, whenever we are reading the lesson and pronouns like I and we appear when we are reading through the paragraph of the lesson, so that I refers to the author because the author is writing and he notes himself as I. Okay, and we means the author along with some of the people of that village of and his friends. Okay, so you should keep that in your mind. So the story starts actually where the author and some of the fellows from the village are doing some activity. What activity is that? See, I'm reading an extract from the text. A coffee seed bed has to be protected from the sun by putting up a shade over it. This is how a coffee bed looks, and when you put a shade over it, this is how it looks. You can see another picture. This is how the man is, nurturing the coffee bed because it has to be protected from the sunlight. A coffee seed has to be protected from a bamboo frame for such a shade. So they needed a bamboo frame to be made to make such kind of a shade. This is how it looks when it is ready. These two pictures are black and white. Here you can see and get a better idea of what exactly I am telling you about. So once we were erecting a bamboo frame for such a shade, and we needed something with which we could tie the cane pieces placed across the frame. So the author and the other village people were doing that activity of making the shade for the coffee bed, as I told you. So we here refers to the author along with his fellow mates. So, and they wanted something to tie the cane pieces across the frame. So, we sent Sana to get some creepers from the forest. He brought a whole bundle. Mara opened the bundle, and while sifting means when you are separating the creepers from the other unwanted things. He suddenly looked at one of the creepers and scolded Sanna. Hey, why did you pluck this, you fool? So he brought a whole bundle, opened it, and while sifting, he suddenly looked at one of the creepers which was in that bundle. And looking at that, he scolded Sanna and he also called him a fool. And he said, why did he pick up that particular creeper? Now, what is a creeper? We all know what creepers are actually. Hmm. Have you seen this kind of creeper? Yes, it's very common. Not this particular, this kind of I'm saying. So we know what a creeper is. A creeper is a small plant with tender stem which takes the support of any other hard material, say a pole and another plant, a big tree, or the ground, a pot, something like that. So it needs support to roll against it, around it, and grow. So this is how creepers look. Hope you have seen such creepers. So you can see how the creepers take the support of other trees and grow. Now when the author inquired, Mara is one of the fellows, said that it was a medicinal creeper. Sanna said that there was plenty of it in the forest. Then Mara eagerly said, "Come, show me where it is." And he took Sanna into the forest once again. Now, out of sheer curiosity, I also went with them. Remember who is I here? The author. Okay? Out of sheer curiosity, I also went with them. That is how I got to know about this medicinal creeper. When Sannappa showed the plant, Mara became very active. What did Mara do after seeing the plant, the creeper? See, he caught hold of one of the tendrils and tied it to a nearby tree. Now, students, I know it might be difficult for you to actually visualize what we are reading, but if you have the text in front of you, it will give you a better picture. Try to concentrate on what I am talking in the uh, presentation and what pictures we are relating to it. So see, Mara caught hold of one of the tendrils. Tendrils is the last end part of the stem which is very, soft, which can be bent anyhow you want. So he took one of those tendrils and tied it to a nearby tree. I was surprised at that and asked. So the author was very much surprised to see Mara tying the creeper to the tree. And he asked him, "Why did you tie that creeper to that tree?" "The thief," he said, "now it will be lying here." So Mara in turn replied the author saying that if I tie it to the tree now, the creeper will have no chance to run away. "Why? Where do you think it will run to?" I asked him. Now the author surprisingly asked Mara, "Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your senses? Do you realize what you are talking? Because how can a creeper run away like that? There is no need to tie the creeper to the tree because creeper cannot go anywhere on its own." At that time, Mara replied to him, "Oh, that means you don't know about this creeper." So, what is that Mara told him next? Mara told the author that the creeper was cursed, that when someone needs it, they shall not find it. That is why, whenever that particular creeper is found, it should be tied to a nearby plant so that it does not run away. This creeper has small leaves resembling beetle leaves. That is how he said. He gave the description of the creeper and then he said a sage has cursed that creeper that it will run away and It's such a medicinal creeper. It has high medicinal value, so people need it. But it is cursed. Cursed means sharp dena. So the creeper has got a curse that if whenever people want it to cure some disease, they won't be able to get it. And he also told the author, this creeper has small leaves resembling beetle leaves and bears fruits in bunch like grapes. So immediately after the rains, this plant comes up, flowers very quickly, puts forth flowers and fruits, and then it dies. It comes up again only in the next rainy season. So, in between, no one sees this plant because it is not seen for most of the year. They probably tie it to a tree nearby so that it can be easily identified or located. But for the author, Mara's stories are so bizarre that one does not know which is true and which is false. This is not confined only to people like Mara. The entire system of Indian medicine suffers from this kind of mystification. Mystification means confusion. We still don't know so many medicinal plants, creepers, stems, roots, seeds which are growing in our forest, how much of medicinal value they have. We still really don't know. This is how the creeper looked. You can see the shape of a beetle leaf. Hope you have seen this leaves. Now the author writes, in all my wanderings in the forest with Masti, Baira, Apanna, Mara, and many others, I gleaned many things. Gleaned. We read the meaning of the word glean. Get to know, collect information. I gleaned many things. Among them were a few things I learnt about some of these plants and herbs. That is how the author is now telling us more and more about the medicinal creeper that they have just come across, and Sanna and Mara both actively have tied that creeper to a nearby tree, saying that it should not run away anywhere. So, my dear students, keep reading the lesson. We shall continue with the same lesson in the next class in the next week. Till then, probably, please try to arrange for the textbooks if you don't have one, because having a textbook in front of you while you are seeing the presentation and reading it along with me will give you a better understanding. Okay? See you in the next class in the next week. Till then, take care. Bye.